Hey there. I hope y'all can hear me. It's like as soon as I started to sit down to try to make this video, it started pouring rain. If you saw my earlier video, I think it was the earlier video I put up, I was talking about how it looked like it was going to rain. And now in this video, I'm going to show you some footage where it looks like it's the complete opposite. But it's evening now, and it is just pouring rain out there. So it's kind of loud. So I'm hoping that you can hear what I'm saying. And now there's scooters going by. I'm still trying to find a place to sit where I can like record and you can actually see something. So hopefully you can see this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, today has been crazy actually. It's like the video that I'm going to add into this is like, oh my Lord. It was a little productive around here outside today, so which I didn't get all of that on film. I mean, I just recorded a little portion of, what was going on, but anyway, so yeah, it was just an interesting day, and I've been really tired all day again. And I was outside in the heat for a little while. I may even have a sunburn. I haven't really looked to see, but and I can't tell on here. But oh yeah, it looks like I did probably. Yeah, I think I did get a sunburn. Because I was out there raking in the yard. So anyway, and the sun was bearing down at that point in time. So anyhow, but yeah, I haven't really done much today. I really did not get things done like I had hoped I would. So it's like, I don't know what's wrong with me today. You ever have those days where it's just like, you cannot get motivated to do anything, no matter how much you may even want to, you just can't? Well, that's been me today. It's like I'll get a couple of things done, and then I sit down for a minute and I'm like thinking about something else I should be doing or need to do, and I end up sitting there watching YouTube videos instead or laying down to try to take a nap, because I did lay down for a little bit today, but I really didn't. I don't know, I may have dozed off for a few minutes, but I was watching a video, and when I woke back up, that video was still playing, and I think the whole entire video wasn't longer than an hour, so I didn't sleep for very long. But excuse me. But yeah, I just didn't get anything done. And it's so frustrating, because it's like some days there are things that I really need to get done and out of the way, so that on another day, I can focus on something else that I need to do that particular day or whatever. And today was one of those days where it's like I had several things that I really had intended in my mind that, okay, I'm going to do this or this. No, it didn't happen. The most I've gotten done today are dishes. I washed dishes, and I did rake some out in the yard, but other than that, I didn't get anything done. I feel like I just wasted the day, and that frustrates me. I don't like wasting days like that. It's like sometimes, it's better to go ahead and get certain things out of the way, so that on another day you've got more time for something else, or, things that you want to do, more than just things you need to do. And I still haven't made another video on my ASMR channel, and I know it's probably horrible. It's horrible. I just haven't been motivated to make a video over there. It's like I don't really have any ideas. I mean, there's a requested video that I want to work on and I need to do. But it's like I need to kind of prepare for it. It's a role play video. And with some of those, it's like you kind of have to gather up props, and there's things that you need to kind of know before you do the video, because you kind of have to have an idea of what it is that you're going to do. I don't ever script anything on those videos. It's like it's all just, off the cuff, whatever comes in my mind as I'm doing it. It's just all made up as I go. But, if it's a role play or something, there's certain props you want to use. Like if I was doing a makeup video, obviously I'm going to need to have my makeup there and, stuff like that. But, um, anyway, but I mean, I need to be doing that, but I'm just not motivated. It's like all I've been really thinking about lately is doing videos on this channel because I'm just enjoying it so much. I don't know if you guys are. I mean, I've had a few comments which I'm very happy. I can't tell you how much it means to me when someone leaves a nice comment on one of my videos. It literally just makes my day because after doing videos on YouTube for over 5.5 years, where I'm at compared to where a lot of people are at right now that just started YouTube videos, I mean, it's astronomical, the difference in where I am compared to where they've gotten. They're like way up here, and I'm still way down here in the damn, pits of hell, as I call it sometimes. And it's frustrating. And I'm not gonna lie, it's very frustrating and it's very disheartening. And and what's really hard is that when I'm making videos on that channel, I put a lot of heart and soul into whatever it is I'm doing. I try to really produce something, that's going to make people happy. And especially if it's a requested video or something, I really, want to put in the extra effort so that it's a really good video. And that rain's starting to get harder, so it may get too loud. I may have to walk away from here because I'm sitting next to a window and my sliding glass door's over here. Yeah, it's getting too loud. I don't think I'll be able to hear it. So, I don't know if you can hear out there. It's kind of crazy. Let's see what's happening over there. There's Biscuit over in the corner. Yeah, that used to have a top on it, that cat tree. And the other day they got to playing crazy, and I mean, that's why I ended up getting this new one, because this one's falling apart. Well, the whole top just broke off. I heard this loud crashing sound in here, and I'm like, what in the world was that? And I come in there, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now I know. I looked over and I was like, that cat tree got shorter. So, I don't know. Let me see if I can maybe sit this up here. Sorry. I don't mean to put my hand over the thing. No, that ain't gonna work. I guess I'll just hold it. I think I need to get a selfie stick. I said it in one of my other videos, I used to have one, but it was a piece of junk. It wouldn't hold the phone up. It's like the phone was too heavy for it or something. So it's like, it didn't work very well, so we won't have it anymore. But, I think what I was talking about, the videos, when you put your heart and soul into something, I know I jump around and I apologize. When you put your heart and soul in something for 5.5 years, and you're just sitting there still in first gear, while everybody else is already, advanced to 5th gear, or turbo mode, it's very, very disheartening. So, since I've been having fun doing videos here, it's really made it that much harder for me to go and make videos over there, because it's like I don't have a lot of ideas right now of anything that I really want to do. Because it's like sometimes I'll come up with an idea for something, but if I'm not feeling it, I don't make the video. It's like, well, I'm not really feeling it, and that's going to come across in the video. And I don't want it to be that way. It's like, as it is, I'm struggling to get subscribers on my channel, because I just don't think people see my channel, honestly. I really don't think people are seeing it. It's not coming up in suggestions like a lot of these other channels are. So, I want to make sure that if I'm putting something out, it's worth putting out, in my opinion, so that if somebody comes across that video for the first time seeing my channel, they're not going to go, ooh, ooh, what the hell was that? It's like, I don't want that, so it's like I want to put my heart and soul into every video I do as much as I can, and so, if I'm not feeling it, which I haven't been lately, it's just, I don't want to do it. I really don't, because I don't want to run off subscribers that maybe just started subscribing to my channel, or new people that might see that video for the first time. I mean, it's like, I just don't want to do that, you know? So, and that's why I was talking, I mentioned in my last video that I was in a conversation on Telegram with my sister last night. And we were talking about all this stuff. And one of the things we were talking about, and I wish I could think of the name of it, because offhand I cannot remember the actual name for it. But she was sharing something with me about this, something about demanding something or other. It's like, I hate to use the word disorder, because I don't really think that it's a disorder, but some people have issues with certain things, and it's kind of hard to get into this, because in my talks with my sister, I mean, she and I both have come to the conclusion that even though we've never been, either one of us, you know, diagnosed by a doctor or anything like that, we both fully believe in all the information that we've gathered, that we have ASP, you know, we're on the autism spectrum, because it explains like this long list of things that she and I both have dealt with throughout our entire lives. And it's like, when we started looking into this stuff, it's like, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh my God, that's exactly like me. And so when you start to learn these things, and I mean, I'm literally going to be 55 years old on Friday. And I'm just learning this about myself after all these years. I've had a lifetime of going, you know, what is wrong with me? Why am I so weird? Why do I have all these weird, I think the word's idiosyncrasy, I can't say the word, idiosyncrasies, whatever. I think that's the word I'm looking for, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, I'm not real book smart. But it just, there's a lot of stuff, you know, that I've put myself down for years, and thought, you know, there's something wrong with me because I'm like this or this or this. But I'm starting to find out that there could be a legitimate reason for that. And this thing that she was telling me about last night was about this, you know, thing where, you know, some people really cannot, I mean, literally, not that you're thinking like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm not going to do that. There's literally something physically inside of you that just cannot take on demands. And I don't know if I'm even explaining this right, because I still need to look into it myself. I have not actually watched the video that she sent me the link for. And she said she hadn't even watched the video that she sent the link for, but she had gone in and started reading all the comments underneath it. And she was just like, oh my God. And then she would send me screenshots of these comments. And I was like, this sounds very, you know, this sounds very interesting, and I want to know more. And it made me realize, and I know I'm going on about this, and you're probably like, was there a point to this? But there actually is. I think that it dawned on me when I found that information out. There's a lot of demands when it comes to making the ASMR videos. I mean, it's a very demanding thing. And I put a lot of demands on myself because I want to put out good content and this and that, you know, whatever. And I think that that's part of the reason why I have some resistance with it right now, because it is very demanding, and this channel isn't. And this channel has made me so happy. I think at the moment I've only got 20 subscribers, but I love you. I love you. I'm so glad you're here. I really, truly am. You just don't, you don't know how much it means to me that you're here, because this is something that's really, I feel like this channel is helping me to fulfill something inside that I didn't even know needed to be fulfilled, maybe. Or maybe I did in some ways, but not to the extent that it is. Because I had no idea that I was going to feel like this. But it's I don't know. I guess it's because, since I spend all my time alone, pretty much, most of the majority of my time is spent alone, which I love and I don't mind. We do need human contact, human interaction. We need to be able to interact with other human beings. And I don't get that very often. So this is really a good chance. I mean, I've said that on my other channel for ages. I said this is a way for me to connect with you and everything. And it is, but not in the way that I really, really feel like I need to do, which is this. Bouncing the camera around and being really annoying and jumping around on different topics while I'm trying to tell you something important. The bug in here. Anyway, but it really, it's like this is what I want to be doing more right now, because I'm enjoying just being me. And I appreciate you allowing me to be on here and you listening to me be me. And I'm like, I'm a kind of a goofy kind of person. I always have been. Ever since I was a small child, I've always been really goofy and clumsy and, all this kind of stuff. I don't always have the right words. It's like sometimes I have a hard time, okay, sorry. My phone ran out of space. I guess I better get that hard drive out. Okay, yeah. I was trying to say, sometimes I don't always have the right words. I'll be trying to explain things and I can't come up with the right words and stuff. But with all that said, I just am so thankful that you're here. And I really hope that you'll stick around. And I really hope that you will continue to watch my videos all the way through. Or if you get bored, just leave it playing and leave the room or something like that, because it really makes a difference when you look at your view times. You can tell if people are only viewing it for 30 seconds or a minute, and things like that, which I've seen on my other channel. And that's another thing that's very difficult for me, because it's like some of my videos are kind of long and I go to a lot of time and effort to do it, and it's only, a minute and 30 seconds is being watched of it or whatever. And it's like, am I not able to hold their interest longer than a minute and a half? I mean, it's... So, if you don't mind, please either watch this all the way through or just leave it playing while you go fix dinner or something like that. Just so that I get good view times, because I really appreciate that. So anyhow, I'm going to stop rambling because this rain is really loud and I feel like I'm like yelling. I'm trying not to be too loud, but, because it is nighttime. I mean, it's going on 8 o'clock, but anyhow. But I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that I appreciate everybody being here, because this is really important to me right now, and I may have to make a video for my other channel to explain that, maybe I need a little break from this for a minute, I just need a little time just to do this, because this is where I'm feeling it. My heart and soul is in this right now, just because this is what I feel like I need to do. So if you want to share that with me, I appreciate it. And I would love the comments. Comment as much as you like. I mean, even if it's not nice, because I know that there's a lot of times that people won't be nice in the comments. I've had that a few times, so I know that, it's not always going to be good stuff, but comments matter, and especially the good ones. It's like anything that, helps to keep me to be more confident and to continue on, it's really appreciated. So anyway, I better go before this thing runs out of space again. I've got to clear a bunch of stuff off of this thing, but God, I was supposed to be putting that video on here from earlier. Okay, well, I'm going to stick that on here. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to, because it's like, I ended up getting way off topic from anything I thought I was going to talk about, but, this is what came out, so this is what I guess I needed to say. So, if you want to watch the little bonus footage at the end here of what happened earlier today, then check that out. If not, thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you again really soon, hopefully. Bye. Hey there. I'm doing another video. They were out cutting the grass and stuff today, and
Where you go?
well, he's inside somewhere. He slithered back in. There's a snake in the bushes.
Where he go?
He went back inside. I'm not sure where, but he's in there. Oh wait, hang on, I'll be back. So anyway, yeah, they were out here cutting the grass and came out, and she was like, my landlady said, there was a snake in the bush. I mean, it's just a green one, but I don't like snakes at all. So I'm all creeped out because it's like right next to my house. And I'm afraid it's going to find its way in my house. And even though they're not dangerous or anything, that don't mean I ain't scared of them. Because I am. I don't want one of them things slithering up on me or something in the middle of the night. I'll be all freaking out and screaming and stuff. So I'm going to turn this around because I was going to show you. She decided, since there was a snake in there, that she was going to trim the bush down. And it ended up being butchered big time, so I'll show you that. Okay, so here's what the bush, looks like from this side, thankfully. I hope she doesn't plan to cut any more, because I'll show you what she did to the other side of it. Poor little thing. This poor bush. Oh dear. She wasn't really expecting that, I don't think, when she started trimming it down. So that wasn't her intention. She was just going to make it shorter, but this is what happened. There's lightning. A lightning bolt. Hi. Well, I'm glad to know that the snake that's in there is just a green one, but I still want it gone. And look, the sun came back out. There's still some clouds. But I did not get to do my laundry. I mean, look at how blue the sky is now. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's absolutely gorgeous. I could have done my dang laundry. Oh well, so much for that. But yeah, that's my bush. But thankfully, when I look out my windows, I still see the good side. I don't have to see this nightmarish disaster. It's on this side. She was like, whoops. Yeah, she hadn't intended for it to turn out like that, but oh well, it should grow back, hopefully. Hopefully she doesn't plan to cut the other side down, because that would just not be good. But yeah, that snake's in there somewhere. It looked kind of long too. I mean, she said it wasn't like really big, but it looked kind of long from what I could see. I looked out the door and I happened to see it, like right up near the top. But when she came over here to try to get it out of there just now, it slithered its way back in and is hiding. Ooh, yuck. And she told me something I didn't know. She said that snakes don't like bamboo. Which I never knew that, so I learned something new today. They cut the grass. It's kind of barren. I mean, I don't really have much grass. This is not a very grassy area. When I first moved in over here, she said she was going to... First, she said she was going to fill it with rocks. And I'm like, no, no, no. It's like, I don't want this. I hate this stuff. This is awful. It's terrible to walk on, even with shoes. It's awful. And I love grass. So I was really hoping she'd put grass in. She said she was going to, but she never did. So it's like I've been here over a year now, and still no grass. But anyway, they at least came and cut what was out here, because it was kind of looking messy. And there's my sad little bird feeder. I mean, it works. It's not great, and I need to clean it out because they drop the food down in there and it gets all icky. So I need to clean that, but that's their bird seed. But I thought that was kind of a nifty little idea. At least it keeps the rain off of the food, pretty much. So it's like, because when I first moved in and I was putting food out for them, I was just sitting like a bowl out with some food in it. And every time it would rain, the food would just get destroyed, you know, because it would just fill up the bowls with water. And you didn't, you know, you couldn't really keep it good. So I thought, well, let me build them something and put one of these little umbrella things. That's one of those little things that you put on your head. You know, it's like a head umbrella. I figured I'd just stick it on this pole, and it works. They use it. But, yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with this snake business. Because it was recently, like a month ago or something, there was a cobra out here. It was literally right here. I saw my little cat Lightning out here. I looked out the window and I could tell he was hunting. And he was going after something, but I couldn't see what it was at first. And then all of a sudden, this snake rose up and flared its head back, and I could tell it was a cobra. And I was like, oh my God, I was freaking out. I was running out here to try to get Lightning because I was so afraid he was going to get attacked by that snake, and he would have been a goner. He just would have been a goner had that happened. Luckily, I was able to grab him up at some point, and I mean, I literally just grabbed him by the, you know, scruff of his neck and ran and tossed him in the house and was screaming to the top of my lungs. I mean, it's like this whole neighborhood had to have heard me screaming because, I mean, that cobra scared the crap out of me. And fortunately, the landlady was able to go across the street, and there were some workers over there that were doing some stuff, and they came over with this big long thing with a, like a pickaxe kind of a thing or something, and they were able to get it. And I mean, I hate to say they killed it, but they killed it. And there was a baby snake too, so they were able to get those things out of there. Because, I mean, I would not have slept if they hadn't gotten that thing out of here. And at first they couldn't find it because it had slithered away and had gone back there. I looked up and I was like, oh my God, there it goes. It was going along the wall and it was going back towards the back of the house. And I was like, oh my God. I was so scared. Ugh, man, I'm telling you, I don't do well with things like that. So anyhow, I was hoping that snake would reappear while I was out here so that I could get her to come and get it, because she's not scared of it or anything. She's not concerned about the green snake, which, I mean, I shouldn't be either, apparently, because they're not harmful. But I'm sorry, slithery things like that, they don't appeal to me. See, look at that sky. I don't know if you can tell, but it's looking kind of dark and ominous over that way. But then over here, we still got this beautiful blue sky. It's so pretty out. It's hot. Oh man, is it hot. I am sweating. So I guess I'm going to go back in the house now. But I'll probably add more to this video because I'm sure I'm going to want to run my mouth some more. So I hope y'all don't mind listening.